In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. Gospel of John. And now, I would like to read excerpts from the book Leaves of Gold, which is filled with words from God, about God, and for God and His people. Stories, sayings, phrases, and tales compiled by its editors to offer spiritual comfort, hope, and morality in a world rapidly losing its way. Please do pardon my accent in some pronunciations. Thank you. Leaves of Gold. Forward. Poor indeed is the man whose mind is not enriched by some phrase of lasting truth and beauty which serves to restore his soul in the exigencies of life. Each of us needs in his heart's treasury the memory of a lovely line to renew fellowship with the great and noble of this earth. And, indeed, almost as great as the ability to write a line of strength is the ability to use that line to higher levels of emotion and achievement. To discover afresh in truth expressed with elemental force our eternal kinship with God is a universal urge. Leaves of Gold had its origin in the recognition of this impulse. From those who spoke with authority have been chosen words in which the word becomes flesh to dwell among us. Here are maxims, phrases, anecdotes, passages, proverbs, and essays from the best minds among men. Here are words of wisdom and thoughts of comfort for all mankind. Consolation is the objective of Leaves of Gold, to provide a key to things of the Spirit as inspiration for daily living its design. Sunshine. Those who bring sunshine to the lives of others cannot keep it from themselves. James M. Barrie. Better than sermons. I think that to have known one good old man, one man who, through the chances and mischances of a long life, has carried his heart in his hand like a palm branch, weaving all discords into peace, helps our faith in God, in ourselves, and in each other more than many sermons. G. W. Curtis. Eventide. God loves the aged. He gives them greater visions than the young. He puts the word of wisdom on their tongue and keeps His presence ever by their side, from dawn to dusk and on through eventide. God helps the aged. Within their home His Spirit ever dwells. Their mellow hearts are touched like chiming bells. He calms their fears, then worries disappear, because they know His help is always near. God keeps the aged. With hearts of gold and silver-tinted hair, and earnestness and greater faith in prayer, He keeps them as a shepherd guards his sheep, till in His fold they gently fall asleep. Charles W. H. Bancroft. Footfalls. Yes, we are all growing old, though unconsciously, and the foot of time falls as softly as ever, and the current of life flows on as smoothly as ever. Indeed, the fuller the current, the more noiseless its flow. And months and years are, after all, so very much alike that they pass away without special observation, and we begin to get old before we think of it. And when we sit down to a simple sum in arithmetic, the subtraction of the year of our birth from the current year, We are astonished at the answer and are so doubtful of its correctness that we go over it a second time, but always with the same result. Children grow up around us, but we get used to that and are so busy that we seldom stop to compute their ages and realize the swift flight of the years. In fact, our children never get old to us. The wife who has stood lovingly and faithfully at our side so long never changes and is always the fair young bride of the old and happy days. Though his hair may have grown gray in some way, which we do not exactly understand, and his step may seem a little less elastic and firm than it was, the husband does not seem to have changed much after all. Wolfram. The model. Did you ever watch a little child take a lesson in model drawing? Never two strokes of the pencil without a glance at the model. And the first law and the last law of the imitation of Christ is just this: looking unto Jesus. George Jackson. Maxims verified. For the conduct of life, habits are more important than maxims, because a habit is a maxim verified. To take a new set of maxims for one's guide. Viewpoints. There is a story of two Greek sculptors who completed for the placing of a statue on a pillar in the public square. And one worked skillfully and well until the features of his figure were smoothed and polished to look as if living. But the other left his block of marble crude and jagged and uncouth, so that one could hardly tell if indeed it were a human being at all. And they put the statue of the first up on the pillar where all might see. But high up on the pillar it was blurred by distance, and it could not be seen clearly from any angle. So they took it down and put up the others, and behold, that which had not seemed true to life was now in its right perspective, and became lifelike and beautiful, true to the imagination. Edgar White Burroughs. Superfluity. True eloquence consists in saying all that is necessary and nothing but what is necessary. La Rochefoucauld.